Good morning. Very often, probably more than you're all comfortable with, very often uh, I hold up a book of mine, uh, well, to plug it, first of all, because, of course, I want you to buy it. Not made any further provisions for my family's future, but I'll hold up a book because the subject of my babblings for the day uh, are are based on material that I took a great deal of time to thoughtfully uh, put down in a more digestible form, I guess. And today I do want to I'll be reading out of this book, uh, the Son of Chicken Qabalah. Now, if you haven't read Chicken Qabalah, uh, uh, don't worry. This is a standalone book in and of itself, but of course, it would give you an idea of the goofy format, anyway, of the material. But what is important here is that subtitle: Secret Initiation Ceremonies, Exercises, and Meditations of a Probably Completely Fictitious Qabalah Initiatory Society. And there are 3-degree initiations in it, all created with the intention of tuning you up, to readjusting your inner, I guess, psychic workings, to be in harmony with and to synchronize yourself with the very, very fundamental mechanics of creation itself. And the reason I'm doing this today is because yesterday I was talking about the duality of the planetary spheres and how there's two sides to each of those, and I use the cube of space here as an illustration, as an example of what I'm talking about. The Son of Chicken Qabalah are actual exercises and ceremonies of self-initiation. Okay, but they're presented as if they're initiatory ceremonies done by a group. And I have to add, there's been groups that have actually performed these initiations. They're very beautiful. As a matter of fact, we did several years ago, did them right up here in Sacramento at a hotel. Okay, we 3-degree ceremonies. It was awesome, actually. But most of us aren't near a group, or at least a motivated group that would want to do this. And this book allows you the opportunity to literally read yourself through and then practice certain meditations and exercises that concern the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. And each time you perform one of these exercises, you are, in a sense, synchronizing yourself to these same very fundamental harmonies of nature. I have also done this whole series of 3 initiations in 3 approximately 2-hour workshops, where the screen of your computer or whatever you're looking at becomes the initiatory temple. And the screen uses colors and sounds and of course my my narration. But the folks at Magical Egypt spent a great deal of time and resources in having me create those 3 very full illustrated lectures on that. And it's called 3 Degrees of Qabalah Initiation. And you can, as I can't figure out how to share pieces of that with you, it can be ordered at this address. This is the URL where you could order any of my classes. But the classes I'm talking about today are 3 classes that are obtained together as the 3 Degrees of Qabalah Initiation at this URL. www.magicalegyptstore.com/Lon classes. Okay, I'm telling you that. I'll hold that up again before it's over. I'm going to show you 3 illustrations. I'm going to show you a 3 candle holder, and you'll notice that there are 3 Hebrew letters there: Aleph, Mem, and Shin. Aleph's right there in the middle, and right along the side there I drew arrows going up and down from a center, and right and left from a center, and forward and backwards from a center. From that central, inscrutable central point, spring up and down, right and left, front and back. Those are the Hebrew letters that are assigned to that dimensional extension that literally creates the 3 dimensions that we feel we're stuck in, or basically objective reality. Okay. And those would be what I showed you yesterday with I'll open up my cube of space here if I can find the top of it. There we go. That's what I was showing you yesterday with there we go. Okay. Up and down is yellow. East and west is Mem and blue, and north and south is Shin, red there. Okay. Those are those candelabras. Okay. Those candelabras, and those are the primitive elements. I mean primitive elements, because Earth is from the get-go, Earth is a special thing. But fire, water, and air. Okay, first comes air for up and down, then the water for east and west, and then the fire for north and south. And those 3 letters, Aleph, Mem, Shin, could then the two directions that they create, above and below, east and west and north and south, create a menorah. Now, this isn't a Hanukkah candelabra. It's a menorah, and a menorah has seven branches, and they're opposites. Just like Sheen creates north and south, and Mem creates east and west, and Aleph creates above and below. And those are the planetary spheres. And they create opposites. Our north and south are opposite each other, created by Sheen. East and west are opposite each other, created by Mem. Above and below are opposite each other, created by Aleph. And they're assigned Hebrew letters: north and south, Pei and Resh; east and west, Dalet Kaf; above and below, Bet Gimel. Of course, those of you who are tarot people recognize the planetary tarot cards. And right at the very top, which is actually the very center, is Tav. In our pipe cleaners, it's that black dot. Tav is a mysterious center of it all. Okay. This is the mysteries of the Qabalah self-initiation first degree. And there's exercises and lectures and illustrations and meditations. This would be the second degree of Qabalah initiation. Also the second degree here, son of chicken Qabalah. Third degree would be dealing with the 12 edges that are formed by the 3 mother letters and the 7 double letters. They create the 12 edges of the cube, which manifest in the objective universe as 12 signs of the zodiac. Okay, so you see the 3 right in the center there, Aleph, Mem, Sheen, and you see the 7 planetary spheres surrounding it, and the 12 signs of the zodiac. Okay, now it's made up of triangles, and the triangles are elementally based. Taurus is earth, Capricorn is earth, Virgo is earth, and Capricorn is earth. So the fire, air, earth, water is earth. Okay, that's the third degree, complete with its exercises and things. I hope that is making sense. I'm going to give you one illustration, and this has sort of as its inspiration what we talked about yesterday with the ceremony of the 7 holy kings, where the candidate is kind of tricked into a roller coaster ride of the positive and negative dualities of the planetary spheres. I took that ball and kind of ran with it even more. So this is from the second degree ceremony, and the second degree works with the menorah, folks, okay? And we're going to start with above and below there. Actually, I'm just going to as an illustration, start with the above. And you see the above is the letter B, bet. And bet is Mercury. So Mercury has its duality like we talked yesterday. But here, this is how it plays out. And this is all illustrated in the video a version of this with images and colors. Now, this is what I can't show you, but that the videos do show you. Because of the duality of this, it's of the planetary spheres. It's like the pure light of the singularity of consciousness, or the pure light of God, if you want, is broken up like it passes through a prism into the macrocosm. And it breaks that pure light up into seven colors. Okay. And those colors within themselves have their own opposite vibratory frequency. So when I look at something and it looks red to me, okay, my brain says, that's red. Oh, it's beautiful red. I love the Santa Claus and all that. Target. What I'm seeing, okay, is not red. It's everything but red. Okay, it's reflected back. My brain's interpreting it red. Or when I look at yellow, it looks yellow to me, but in reality, it is this kind of beautiful purplish mauve color. Those are flashing colors. There's a technical name for it. They're flashing colors. In other words, just the opposite. And when you stare into a yellow object under a bright light, until your eyes get all used to it and your brain gets all used to interpreting it as yellow, and then all of a sudden you shift it. You take it away and you're staring at a pure white surface. That yellow object just turned mauve. That's the true color. That's the soul of that color. Using magical metaphors. So if I would look at a Hebrew letter A or an aleph and stare at that aleph under a bright light for a while, and then all of a sudden remove it away and all I can see is a white screen, it looks mauve. And if I close my eyes, that mauve aleph still is there. And it gives me time as it floats around on the inside of my eyelids. It gives me time to implant that aleph right in the center of my brain, into the center of my spine, into my being. Okay. I inoculate myself with that aleph that way. Now, in this ceremony here of the second degree ceremony, here's what I do. I've got a pitch pipe because not only are there 7 scales of sound, there's 7 or of light. There's 7 scales of sound, and the note associated with the Hebrew letter bet, or bet would be above. Okay. Oh, incidentally, you can build your own cube out of the forms that are included in this book. The note is E. okay? And if you've got a pitch pipe or if you've got a little keyboard or something, you hit that E. Mm, I don't have perfect pitch, so I don't know if that's an E or not. The slide that we're seeing is a large yellow bet. Large, here, let's see. My finger is pointing to it. A large yellow bet for above against a sort of blue background. Behold the sacred letter Bet. With the light of Beth, you sealed the infinite above. With the light of Beth, the sphere of Mercury was created in the macrocosm. Gaze intently upon the letter Beth, and perhaps you'll hear the voice of the god Mercury speak to your soul. Now, if you have the videos, you can just close your eyes and allow this as a guided meditation. Mercury speaks. I am Mercury, messenger of the gods. I am the god of intellect and logic, divination, financial gain, language, and eloquence of speech. Why do you come to me? And then the candidate answers, it is my will to awaken to perfect realization of myself. I cannot awaken to perfection until I have balanced within my soul the blessings and curses of Mercury and Beth. Mercury answers, you are wise and very brave to make such a fearsome request. It is true, when you awaken to my light, I freely pour my treasures upon you. A rich harvest of delight is yours. Life, wisdom, genius, learning, brilliance of wit, eloquence of tongue, and the power to heal the sicknesses of men and women, these gifts are yours. Then the slide changes. A large blue bet against a yellow background. So in other words, you've turned it into the flashing color, okay, background and bet. But beware, my light is so pure, it is one with my shadow. And my shadow, when he stands alone, is a great sorcerer. He will deceive you. He brings death. He rots your mind with madness and confusion. He transforms all your truths into lies. He corrupts the splendor of your accomplishments and steals away the health of your body and soul. If you fall under his spell, do not look upon him. The next slide is total blackness. Then, once again, a large yellow Hebrew bet against a blue background, and you're staring at it. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Bet. To the unawakened, it is the letter of life and death. Don't take your eyes off of it. Each of these dualities have two things that the life and death, riches and poverty and things like that, opposites. Okay. Okay. I'll repeat. Gaze deeply at the sacred letter Bet. Okay. To the unawakened, it is the letter of life and death. Don't take your eyes from it. The slide changes to a bright white. In doing so, creates the floating blue ghost image of Beth in the candidate's brain. See, and all that's done automatically if you watch the video. See now with the eyes of your soul the true color and image of Beth. Close your eyes and implant it deep in the center of your brain. Actually, most of the time, when you see that ghost image of any of these colors and images, you see it literally with the cones and rods of your eyes on that white paper, and it starts to float. But if you close your eyes, you think at first, oh, I've closed my eyes and I can't see it. And then you realize that it's still there, floating behind you. Okay. It's then that you inoculate yourself. Okay, once that happens, I now bless you. But be ever mindful that the blessings of Mercury and of Beth are a curse. And the curses of Mercury and Beth are a blessing. You will know you have truly awakened when you see neither curse nor blessing. Total blackness in this slide. And then we move on to the next Hebrew letter that we take in this initiation ceremony and initiation sequence. Anyway, that's I just wanted to share that because almost many people buy and enjoy and use year after year this Chicken Qabalah of Rabbi Lamed Ben Clifford. It's without question one of my most popular and commented upon on book. But fewer seem to appreciate the hands-on opportunities for self-initiation that are presented in the Son of Chicken Qabalah. And I think that's a shame, because as much as I appreciate anyone that would take the time to buy my books and intellectually enjoy them and be edified as much as possible by reading my books, initiation is not something you read. It's something that you do. It's something that happens to you. And magicians, I know many extremely well-read and scholarly and brilliant magicians or experts on magic that don't actually do magic or don't realize that they're doing magic and how they could probably consciously do it. It's not something you just read about. Okay, it's something that you actually proactively do. And the Son of Chicken Qabalah does that. And like the subtitle says, it truly is secret initiation ceremonies, exercises, and meditations of a probably completely fictitious Qabalah initiatory society. And yes, there's secret signs and words and grips and signs of recognition and fun things like that. Anyway, until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will.